Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Barry Ellen. This is another episode of I am going to call it the Edith Holden Project. I may also use the hashtag Edith Holden Project so that if any of you decide that this is something that you want to try, that you want to sample, that you want to follow, that you'll be able to find the hashtag. And I certainly encourage anybody who is even remotely interested to try this. Mostly is selfish reasons. I don't want to be alone, because I'm making all of this up as I go along. It's a concept. It's a concept. Anyways, Edith Holden Project. Where are we at? Well, we went through the review of the book, and we've got all of the notes. And I transposed these notes into an Excel spreadsheet because that's who I am as an individual. And did some more math on how many of this is and that. She does about half of this book is art. About 25% is diary. Maybe about 15% is quotations. And then the rest is main pages, MAQD, yeah, that's about it. And then X are the ones where she's done either, she does a lot of this. She'll have like a quotation and then she'll do art around it. So, now what? Okay, so we have a blank piece of paper on the flip side. I'm going to move it over to there because we really don't know what we're doing, and that just feels like I've made a decision. I haven't. So, one of the things that I think is true about very large projects is they sound overwhelming. So I am sitting here thinking about, oh my God, I am going to do this entire book. Like, I don't think so. So one of the things that I want to do is, I have a pre-folded piece of paper so that we can understand this. I want to do these one folio at a time because there's binding techniques where you can take individual sheets like this and sew them up. So that I think is easier than creating a journal. It's easier for me and being less overwhelmed by it than having a journal, doing the first page and then quitting because of the Shell's Creative Chaos has a really good expression, and that is the blank page is quite intimidating. And that's true. It is. But if I only have like this, all I would have to do is like, well, fill in, and then we're done. And then I get another sheet and fill in, and then I'm done. And if I only look at the month at a time, so the first of every month, then I should be in better, I am just looking at this part. I just need to do, a few diary entries this month. I need to do a couple of drawings today or this week. That I think is manageable. And this is, I think, the perfect way to do that. So that if I feel like, let's say we have randomly May is a bad month, I don't get anything done. And it's like, oh, well, I've missed May, so there's no point in doing the rest of it. It's like, okay, you know what? I can put in an insert. May was a bad month. And then just keep on going. Just make another folio. And the idea of making a folio, I think I got from Cindy at Studio Lou, because I get all of my ideas from all of the people that I watch. And if they do something fun, I want to do something fun. I copy them relentlessly. Okay, so what are some decisions that we've made here? First decision is we're going to do a folio at a time. and we will bind in December. So that is the book pages. Book form. And then 3, there is, this is going to be, it will make sense to me, might not make sense to you. So this is a binding technique that basically you set up the first page and then you use this first page as the way to build every second page, to every page afterwards. So you don't have to worry about 2 folios and, oh my God, this is page 4 and I need to go to page 5, but it's on a different sheet of paper, and how does that go, and what page are we on now? I don't need to worry about that. I just need to worry about that folio. So this is bind in December, and this is probably called something. I'll let you know if I find out what this binding technique is called. And bind this way. Cover is yet undecided. Paper. So I have 2 issues. One is the size, and the other is the type. So, and I wish I could see the original diary. Does it say? A facsimile reproduction for the year 1906. So, facsimile reproduction, it could be that the journal was this size. It could have been larger and shrunk, or smaller and brought out. You know what? We're just going to do this. These stupid snakes drive me to distraction. I do not like. I know their use, I know all of the things, blah, blah, blah. I do not like. I do not. Oh, for Pete's sake. It's funny to me to suddenly realize that I'm spending a whole pile of time completely off script. Not that I have a script ever, if you hadn't already figured that out. Cover the snakes. Oh my goodness. Come for the journaling, stay for the chaos. Oh dear. There, that'll be it. That'll be it. We'll just fold that on there. That is going to be super secure. Pardon me. There. I could tear the page out, but I think that would be poor form somehow. Well, we know the snake page is on page 50 now. Okay. Careful, don't want to cut the book. There. Okay, where were we? I completely lost my plot. Yeah, works. I don't need to do extra gluing because that's enough. Okay. Oh yes, I know what we were doing. We're talking about the shrinking and sizing. So this size, the paper size, is, I think we've measured this already, 7 by 9. And 7 by 9 is not really a standard size. It's not 8.5 by 11. It's not 14 by 11. I can hear Gracie pumpkin at something. Oh, she's at the window. All right, never mind. My point, here's my point. It is not a standard size that is just simply folded and folioed. And if I want to do that, I am going to have to do either some cutting or trimming, which is fine, or I can change the size, because this is an inspiration, not a reproduction. Plus, this is a lot of blank. If you are gonna go draw something, like my drawings of things, that just feels like a lot to me. So this is, I think, something by 10, 7 by 10 and half, and that becomes 5 by 7. So 5 by 7 is a nice hand size. And I think what I need to do is a couple of watercolor tests or drawing tests to see how that would work for me. The diary is going to be shorter too, smaller. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I can, now that I have a page by page, my diary can go on for like 3 of these if I need to. I can also change the paper, which is fun. I can change the color of the paper. I could theoretically change the size of the paper if I wanted to. I don't see why not. So, so we haven't come to any conclusion about the size, the type of paper. This is mixed media, which will stand up to glue, paper, pen, watercolor, acrylic. This I think is the wrong size, and this I think is, what is this? Oh, this is another mixed media. It's from Value Village. Yeah, it's a nicer color. Not gonna lie, the cream is very nice. I bet you that's what that color was at one time. So this is nice, but then, well, let's tear off a piece. I got it at Value Village. We shouldn't be too precious. Take off these little dewies. There. That's almost 8. 5.5. So fold it in half. Okay. This feels too small. But I don't know why. But I love that color. And another page. This is watercolor. dollar store variety. There we are. And this is, it is 11 3/8 by 8 1/4. What a dumb measurement. So let us make this 8 1/2 by 11, because seriously, I can't make it 8 1/2 by 11. I can only make it 8 1/4, but I can make this 11. There. And 11 is 5 1/2, so 5 1/2. And I'm just going to put a little bit of a score in. If I can find my little score dewey. Here's my little score dewey, so that it makes the folding a little easier. So there, that's, what did I say that was? Okay, well, let's just match her up with the other ones. So that's watercolor paper. Super sturdy. Soft and rough tooth. Okay, what other paper do I have here? This is sketch. And this is 9 by 12. So this 9 by 12 is going to give us our classic journal cover size. Go like that. So we've got those three. So this is sketch, watercolor, mixed media, probably also mixed media. If this came in that size, we would be golden. Now, technically speaking, we could do that, and you could have it bound. So for example, let's say I wanted to join randomly this to this. I can just do a seam down here, and I then would have 2 pages instead of 1, which would essentially mean that I'm doing them 2 pages at a time as opposed to 4. But I think I like the 4 like this better. And I think this is probably the right choice, because of the kinds of sketching that I have done in the past that is nature sketching, dodgy at best, I've used 2 things, watercolor or Conte pastel. And the Conte pastel, just because it gives such a, it's so blendy and you get to use your fingers. So we decided, so it's not quite that. And so how many of these would I need? If I need a calculator. I am not going to do that math in my head. What's that? So we need to do some math. So there are number of folios for a complete, I think it's 178 pages. It's more than that because of the, appendix at the end. The list of things, which is a whole other thing. And so this should be 177. And let me see, because when I was doing the Excel thing, yeah, so her cover page isn't counted as page 1, so the title page. So that's actually 178. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 pages to a folio. Then 178 divided by 4 is 45 folios. Well, that feels like a lot. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, you know what? Let's do one more piece of math. So ish, horseshoes and hand grenades, 45 divided by 12. It's about 4 folios per month. 4 folios per month. So I would just make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we could do that. That seems doable. Yeah, okay. So, I feel like I need to go to the dollar store, because that's where this watercolor paper comes from, and buy, how many are in a pad? 20 sheets. 20, oh, I only need like three pads. Okay, so size, what do we say the size was gonna be? It's gonna be 5.5 by 8 1/4. So it's gonna be 5.5 inches by 8 1/4 because it's dumb. And then the watercolor, its paper is 300 GSM fine grain. From the dollar store. Having this watercolor paper from the dollar store also, I think, will help me in my approach, I guess, because hopefully I'm not going to be precious, and I don't have to be precious with a single piece of paper. I might be precious with the whole book, if you know what I mean. Like if I had a pristine watercolor book and I said, okay, I'm going to do this in that book, I don't think I have the current skill set to be able to do that. And it is a mental skill set that I think that I lack today. This may be chop developing. Okay, so so we've got the size, we've got the type. Oh, yes. What do we want to call this? Appendix. And I think there's going to be 2 appendices. The first one is going to be derpy derp. Where is it? Wildflowers. So alpha wildflowers. And I think she was probably using I'm going to assume. Maybe she wasn't. Rose. She probably was. I reserve the right to just do flowers and wildflowers. Index. And the second one, so Cindy at Studio Lou has done her sort of year-end roundup, I guess, with her last episode of Defemember. And she has talked about a couple of the things that she's going to be doing next year. And one of them is a book of firsts. So I think this has a list of firsts. I don't entirely know what that means, but I'm assuming that it is something like March 2nd, first crocus kind of thing. And this is of the natural world. So that gets me out foraging, looking, all that kind of stuff. So I have a bird feeder, which is great, which will attract the doodly bugs. I'm going to say January 1st is going to be my first squirrel of the year. Just saying. So that is from Cindy at Studio Lou. And she also has got something, I can't remember the name of it, but essentially it is a circle thing that is the seasons, to track the seasons. And this is kind of the same thing. So once I understand that, that may be another appendices. Is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else in the appendices. So that was 30 minutes of planning. I super appreciate having your company for this. Okay. Got all excited again. I cleaned and now I don't have any paper. Well, let's use some of this. This is handy anyways. I don't like the shape of that. Oh, you're fussy. How about that? Sure. I don't need to worry about this because it may just end up being a scrap piece of paper. So for January, because we are only going to do this one piece at a time, it is going to be far more manageable that way. So I need to do a title page. I need to do title page. Main page, which is the month page. Then I kind of don't want to do the quotes, or I need to replace the quotes with something else. I don't know what yet. But this says we do art, quote, art, art, diary, diary, art, diary, art, field notes, art. So in these where I have them split into two, I have like diary and quote are both on the same page. So I'm going to pick the one that I want more. So in this case, I want the diary. Here it is quote and art. So I will do art. This is field notes and quote. I will do field notes. So I am trying to drop as much of the quotes as I can. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I need 3 folios. I need 4 because I'm going to do a title page. A lot of title pages happening. Okay. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I just do a title page that's separate. Because this main title page is weird. And I'm going to do the title page early because I have a thought for what I want to do with that to set up the paper. Oh yes, and the days for the diary. So diary days. I should do a calendar. So somewhere in the bowels of all of the stuff that I have, surely I have a small-ish calendar that goes over the year. Be right back. So I have a Hobonichi Techo Cousin 2024. It's an Avec. And I use this as a way of coping. I have 2 working calendars. I have one that is like a week planning. It is work related, like high functioning related, and this is sort of more ADL's actual activity. And here we are. So I almost want to just tear that out because I don't need it. Should we? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Be right back. I know, baby babes. Baby babes. Babes. Just in. Yeah, okay. So this is a clean color dot pen that I got at your stationery shop. Very inexpensive, but there's a dot. It's awesome. And other side lines. And so I use these for trackers and highlighting and other fun stuff. And yes, I have a bunch of colors. So I don't read Japanese. I don't know if that's Sunday or not. So hang on. Let us consult the Canadian calendar with English on it. 31st, Monday. So the first, that's a Monday. So this is a Monday, to Sunday. Calendar. Okay. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. So what do I have to do? The 1st, the 5th, the 11th, 12th, 14, 18, 23, 26, 27, and 29. So those are the diary days. Okay. Where'd the other sheet go? Okay. So this is my working document. So we're now at the bite-sized stage, we think. And of course, my brain just wants to run, don't walk to the dollar store to make sure that I have enough paper to last 365 days, because I am that confident in myself that I will complete this. We will see. We will see if we can do it. So this will be, I like this better as the main page for like the Januaries. I could probably keep them as blanks as well, and then have a title page, which is separate. Okay, so I think we are set up for the Edith Holden project. Please join me, even if it's for just a month. Watch me for a while and say, hey, you know what? I'm feeling sparky. I'm going to do an April, or I'm going to do a September. It might be fun. I'm sure it'll be fun watching me scream around and just have a good old faff. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be super fun. I am really pleased to be able to spend some, what I would say is quality time with Edith, and see what she has to say, and look at her art, and hopefully create a diary that's about that big, that is my own, for my own area. So that's all for now. I will leave you be. I gotta go to the dollar store and get some watercolor paper. Heaven forbid if there is no watercolor paper there. I'm gonna have a meltdown in the store. It's not that I don't have watercolor paper. I'll be fine. I will be fine. Anyways, that is all for now. I will leave you be. I might be back a little later with, what? Oh yes, Junk Journal January. Because why do one project when 2 is possible? Anyways, that's all for now. Love you much. Take care of yourselves, and know that I super appreciate having you around to talk to and just have a good old-fashioned play with art. Talk to you soon. Bye now.